Well, this certainly isn't the first time Tiger couldn't choose between a wood and an iron. Well, it looks as though the players are heading back out onto the oval. We go back to Durban. This is day 4 of the 5-day test between England and the Proteas. And there's been a change in the commentary box. Fortunately, Pommy Mbangwa's visa ran out. Him and Tendai had to leave last night, and they're back in Zim. So we cross now live to new in the box, Hugh Bladen, and today our special guest, Quirky.
Thanks, Chow Gaps, and welcome back to our Overtohugh viewers to a glorious Sahara Stadium at Kingsmead in Durban. A glorious afternoon, a glorious atmosphere, and alongside me, Blades of Glory. Afternoon, Hugh.
Yes, well, good afternoon, Trevor. Wonderful to be branching out and trying my hand commentating the game of cricket.
Ah, natural like you, Hugh. I mean, you could commentate on pretty well anything.
Well, thanks very much, Trevor. Yes, tell that to the backstabbing shites in Midrand.
I feel for you, Bladesy, I must say. Staying though, Dale Steyn to start proceedings after lunch from the Umgani end, and I must say he's been bowling with such wonderful rhythm lately, don't you think so?
Yes, well, Trevor, I saw Dale at a nightclub not too far from the ground a couple of nights ago, and let me tell you, that boy has fantastic rhythm. Doesn't matter what kind of ball he's got in his hand.
Steyn now, running in to the England captain, Andrew Strauss, bowls and...
Brilliant defence from the England captain. Lovely work.
Yes, indeed. A lovely defensive shot, fielded by Smith at mid-wicket. More whisky, Blades? But back to the action for a moment. Steyn charging into Strauss, who cuts it superbly. That'll be 4. That's
Wonderful shot there by the 32-year-old. Born, of course, Trevor, you'll know very well, in Johannesburg, moving to Australia aged 6. Speaking of 6, Quirky, wasn't that the sum total of balls bowled by you in your entire first-class career at Northern Transvaal?
Well, Blades, as you know, I was more a wicket-keeper batsman than a bowler. But it's a most amazing story because the score... But, you know, they used to call me Cheetah because of my cat-like reflexes behind the stumps.
Well, Trevor, it's a magnificently interesting story, but I thought they called you Cheetah because you play off for 15 when you should really be off for 9.
No. And you, Bladesy, how are you? How's the old leg, by the way?
Which one, Trevor, you sly dog? The joke never gets old. Besides missing out on the recent disaster to Europe, Teabag, I'm good. The leg's good too, can't even feel it.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. Now Steyn athletically lopes into the crease like a gazelle. His long legs cover the ground with ease, bowls, and Collingwood defends with great skill, considering his gingerness.
Yes, speaking of ginger, Trevor, I don't know if the viewers at home can see this, of course, on our commentating cam. That moustache of yours, a particularly lovely Movember. Of course, it's December now, but the Movember that you were growing there, that's not ginger at all, is it?
No, age has been kind to me. No grey hairs yet.
Were you at ever one point in your life ginger?
Depends what you mean.
Curtains don't match the carpets. Anyway, Trevor, the overfast approaching an end, and it's up to me now to ask you whether you wouldn't mind if I took over for the second last ball.
Well, if you can do rugby, you can do cricket.
Said like a true gentleman. Right, now, Steyn as he runs in, Collingwood faces Steyn, lovely cutting and athletic figure from the Umgani, and plants his left foot on the crease. It's a wonderful delivery. What happens to it, Quirky?
It's tucked away off his toes through mid-wicket. A magnificent shot, and 4 more. The run's coming easily now for England.
Well, they're flowing certainly, like when the Kariba Dam was still working and they opened it up. Absolute flow of runs.
Indeed, but 1 ball to go. 1 ball, 1 precious delivery before we have a change in commentary, and it's Steyn again. This time Collingwood is bowled. He's bowled.
Unbelievable! Catch me if you can, Mr. Stein. Some lovely work there by the man, the Polokwane Express.
Well, at last, the breakthrough for South Africa. They've been piling on the runs of England, but now reduced to 144 for 3.
It's time for us to go and enjoy a sauna compliments of the Sahara Kingsmead staff. But before we go, Trevor, just, I know they don't usually allow whisky in the commentating booth, but you've left an impression on South African cricket for so many years. It would be very rude of me not to give you a bottle of Ballantine's finest to say thank you for joining me in the booth this afternoon.
Well, I'm looking forward to that sauna as long as we can take this with us. And you're always welcome in my commentary box if you bring along gifts like this.
I'll try not
the finest.
I'll try not to read too much into that. Of course, it'll just be the glasses. Nothing else will be completely naked.
Oh, I should hope not.
Cheers to that, Trevor.